example, Jill will absolutely go home with everybody. But when I'm out in public and I see somebody coming, I'm still going to step in front of her and wait. I'm going to turn to her and say, sit down. And I'm going to observe, knowing my dog, is my dog comfortable with this person wanting to pet it? Axel is a big example of that. And that's what I was going to show today, but we got too much energy. Now, I always tell everybody I trust my dog. And I'm going to use Cameron as an example. You can see that he barks at Cameron all the time. And so and then it makes me more aware of, well, is he doing something to Axel? And then I start questioning and I start watching how Axel is when you Cameron. And I will tell you when I'm not around, that dog is playing with him, his tail's in the air wagging. When I'm around, Axel's head is behind me, cowered, looking at him side-eyed. Now, I think it was last week we had training class, and there was like 6 people here. And they came in, Axel absolutely didn't say anything. The other person that I've seen Axel react to was him. And I'm going to tell you, as soon as he touches that gate, Axel knows he's coming in. As soon as Cameron comes out over that gate, I can tell Axel knows he's coming out. Now tell me that he's ever been around Axel and done anything yet. So that's kind of communicating to me, okay, so what kind of energies am I looking at? These are 2 different personalities completely. I know Cameron very well on his energy. And so instead of me being able to say, okay, you know, my dog's reading negative energy, it's something that makes me be aware of certain energies he's going to be aware of. And it's up to me to say, okay, I see it, chill out. And Axel, and how many of you, and I know most of you remember Thor. If you guys remember Thor up to 4 years old, that dog loved everybody. He could come in and play with everybody. By 4 years old, all of a sudden, Thor came in and he decided that he was going to alert on certain dogs. And he was going to alert on certain people. He alerts on his grandma. That lady's a very, very sweet dog. Or very, very sweet lady. So he's reacting on that energy. You know why? You know, so understanding just because your dog is reacting to an energy doesn't mean necessarily the person's doing something wrong with him. It also means you need to be aware and control your dog. Because being your dog's advocate is also protecting them from making stupid mistakes that they're going to make because we don't like persons. And it's just like your kids. Are you going to let your kids be rude to somebody coming to your house? Just, I don't like that person. I don't care. You don't have to talk to that person. Don't be rude. Do you really have to let everybody pet your dog? Because you have a friendly dog. Because your dog won't bite anybody. Because I will tell you, you can take a very, very well-balanced dog and you can constantly have people coming into their space petting them. You can turn your dog reactive. Because they're not comfortable. I mean, really think about that. If I took everybody in this class and you're standing there just standing around talking and you're not even prepared for this person coming in, every single person comes up to you contact with him, and he can stay there and be calm because I'm not making eye contact. I'm not acknowledging him. When Dad said, you know what, Goodman's going to say hi, he does that all the time coming in. But what I really like what Drew does with Winston is he does not bring Winston immediately into the environment, come walking right up to me and say hi. He makes sure Drew, I can't.
It's all good.
He makes sure that Winston's in a really calm manner before Winston's allowed to say hi. And one thing too that is the biggest thing that I see out in public all the time is just because the owner says, my dog is friendly, go ahead and pet it. If you're a dog's advocate, go up to a dog. Otto's a perfect example. I'm going to stand by Otto. Does he look like he wants to be petted by me? Do I need to pet him? Do I know that Otto's going to let me pet him? I do. But why should I pet him if he's not even looking at me? Do I have to pet him? He is doing his job by paying attention to Mom. And then going up to Mr. Messenger, and what happens? Is he telling me that he wants to be petted? Absolutely. I mean, he's looking at me, he's petting me, he's excited. You know, and you can feel every one of that going up to the dogs, and you see how she's coming up to me, smelling me, they're wanting to be petted. So you can take him for a walk, Chris. And for example, even this dog being new, I'm not going to make eye contact with him. You can see that he's looking at me, but he's ready to be petted. Being a dog's advocate, be aware of those kind of signs. Because that dog will be helped more by people being his advocate and helping him to calm down into an environment. Nothing's happening. He is stressing right now because, I mean, look at all the dogs in Vintar here. It's highly stressful. His anxiety is through the roof. We can make it better by not looking at him, not making eye contact with him. So now, we can turn off some energy by going for a walk. Talking a little bit about being your dog's advocate, and I want to kind of mention Melissa's energy and stuff in class. Going out in public, I will tell you honestly, people like Melissa is, I love people like Melissa, and the reason why is because they absolutely love the dog. She wants to be a part of this class, she wants to be helpful, and I'm going to tell you she is helpful because what is she helping you do? Be your dog's advocate. You know, because she wants to come up and say hi. She loves the dog. Now, being in part of my class, I'm very different than most trainers because I'm not training your dog in this class. I'm helping you understand your dog to get to the training. You know, so you can understand there's a lot of people like Melissa in this world. They're very awesome people. I will tell you, more than likely, if you needed help and she could help you, she would more than likely help you. You know, there's really good people there. But has she ever been taught how to correctly approach a dog, how to treat another dog? She's learning that here. Now, how difficult it, and you've seen me jump on her a few times in class, how difficult it for her and how sensitive she is. When I get on this mic and I tell her to be quiet, that's really freaking hard for her to come back to that because that's embarrassing. But if she keeps coming back, that tells you the kind of person she is. That is where I'm here to help. I'm not here to make your dog perfect. I really don't care if your dog's perfect. My dogs aren't perfect. I can show you a few of them that are just lovely in personality. Now going to what we did with Otto. You know, Otto, we struggled a lot with training. You know, we had Carl train Otto, and I will tell you, Otto had all of the freaking basic obedience down pat. But did he have it where it mattered? He wouldn't listen to Mary at all. Okay, so we got Travis involved. We got Chris involved. We got all of the freaking men involved. And every single time he messed up, what happened? The men stepped forward and took over. I'll take them from you. And then so he was perfect with them. But our job isn't about training here. It's not. Training's easy. You can give me any one of your dogs here, and in a week I can show you what I can do with the dog. That ain't gonna change the dog. I can hand it back to you in a few days. He's back to what he was. But it doesn't tell me. I had to help Otto get her. I mean, look at where he is now. Is Otto perfect? We're not trying to get Otto to be perfect. You know what we're trying to do is get him where he can be with Mom and he's not hurting Mom. Mom's the one that's creating the dog she wants. Mom's the one that allows whatever rules he brings at home. She's the one that goes through with that. We're not going to change that by saying, you know what? I don't let my dog do that in my house. But she does. And I'm not trying to change your rules in your house. But I'm going to try to get you to change your rules because what do you want out of your dog? That is your decision. And that goes back to being your dog's advocate. Number one, being your dog's advocate. If your dog's going out in public and you're barking like crazy, but you don't mind it barking like crazy in the backyard. But you're embarrassed in the public, your dog's barking. You're not being your dog's advocate. Your dog's advocate is going out in public. If your dog, you don't want your dog to bark, then you've got to have those same rules and boundaries at home. When you teach the dog those boundaries, they'll let him bark a little bit outside. But you've got to have those boundaries first.